Welcome to Real Estate TV. On today's show, I have an exciting product in the real estate industry, and this product is the real game changer in this real estate industry. I'm talking about ECOPANEL. Now, we all know infrastructure remains one of the biggest challenges for every government, especially in developing countries. Mainly housing remains one of these biggest challenges for government for their ever-increasing population. And that is where we bring you the Industrialized Building Systems, IBS. Industrialized building systems are building systems in which the components are prefabricated in a factory and assembled on site to form a complete structure within the shortest possible time. The first step is to prepare and lay the foundation. EcoPanels are lighter than the traditional materials, which means the foundation can be lighter, shallower, and narrower using less raw building materials, which saves time and money. Whilst the foundations are drying, dowels are set into the foundations. The panels will be attached with these dowels at a later stage. Once the foundations are hardened, the vertical panels can begin to be put into position, preferably starting with one corner of the building and working outward, forming the direct rooms according to the building design floor plan. It is advisable initially to hold the vertical panels in place with support, whilst adjusting the vertical level with spirit level. Once the true vertical has been found, adjust the support to compensate and begin to attach the panels to each other and the dowel settings in the foundations. It is very important to attach panels to the foundation and to each other properly using wire in order to guarantee the continuity of the mesh across all elements of the system. This job can be carried out using automatic tools or simple engineering pliers. Once all the vertical walls have been installed, the next step is to cut out the openings, windows, and doors. Alternatively, you can also cut out the position in advance before the walls are erected, depending on your preference. This allows you to implement changes to a job on site. After the openings have been created, windows and door frame can be cemented into place. All of the joints between the panels must be reinforced inside using U and L mesh in order to ensure continuity across all of the wall panels. The mesh reinforcement will ensure that the system works as a single element once the concrete has been sprayed. The lightness and simplicity of EcoPanel means that installation on site is fast and easy, which saves money primarily on account of the decreased installation time required. Once all the vertical panels have been built and attached, you can install the horizontal ceiling panels, which also form the ground floor. The floor-to-wall joints are clusters of articulated joints and are vertical continuation of the concrete seam of the load-bearing wall. The staircases are made from special panels with step dimensions tailor-made for each project. Each staircase panel has 4 reps, which must be properly fit into the landings. Wiring and piping for utilities are added quickly and easily by installing conduit or cutting channels using hot air, which depresses the expanded polystyrene from the core of the panel without creating any residue. This optimizes the speed of the installation in certain electrical or telecommunication branch boxes, and it's a very simple operation which can be fixed to the panels without any problem. In order to insert elements of larger installation, you can cut out sections of mesh areas from the panels, which can be replaced afterwards with flat reinforced mesh. The next step is to apply a minimum 30 mm layer of concrete to the structure, which will normally be sprayed on in 2 phases. It is important to be aware of the relevant concrete drying times and to remember not to leave it too long before applying the second layer. Firstly, the vertical wall panels are sprayed which is called shotcreting, followed by the sealing and making sure they are well supported. Once the full structure has been shotcreted, it will meet the requirements for thermal and acoustic insulation, water tightness, and habitability that all buildings should meet. A layer of compressed concrete is poured onto the floors and roof, which can be pumped from the center in a traditional manner. In the same way, once the center course of the staircases has been assembled, you can concrete them. After the concrete has hardened, the building will be ready for the next floor by setting up the vertical panel and using the same construction methods used on the ground floor. Once this is done, you can erect the sloping roof in a similar way to the floor and reinforce the joints with angular mesh. Spray concrete the vertical walls, ceilings, and roof as previously shown. We can use any type of normal finishing on the layer of compressed concrete as well as laminated asphalt and ceramic tiles. There are a wide variety of finishes available. Within no time at all, the building is ready to be fitted out to your specifications and become a home using ECOPANEL. Advantages of ECOPANEL: shorter construction time. A typical 2 or 3 bedroom can be built in 15 days and a story building can be built in 1 month. Lower total construction cost. With ECOPANEL, you don't need a lot of workmen, and that can reduce your labor to about 15% and therefore saving you a lot of money. Fire resistance. ECOPANEL is fire retardant, meaning it does not contribute to the spread of fire. You build green. ECOPANEL is a green material and therefore there is no need to cut down trees to build with it. Prevents dampness, water, termites, etc. from the ground. ECOPANEL does not soak water from the ground. Therefore, it prevents dampness and that keeps your building very clean and neat. Lower thermal conductivity. 3D panel serves as insulation against heat, and as a result, electricity consumption is reduced. Earthquake resistance. Earthquake do not kill people, but unsafe buildings does. The monolithic nature of ECOPANEL provides continuous high-stretch reinforcement against earthquake. Less negative environmental impact. ECOPANEL does not pollute the air, and because there is no need for columns and formwork, there's less use of water, which saves cost. Odorless polystyrene. ECOPANEL does not produce odor. Design flexibility. ECOPANEL allows for great variety of designs. Ease of material on site. 3D structures are around 40% lighter in weight than standard concrete construction, which allows considerable savings in making foundations. Indoor thermal comfort. Because heat is not able to penetrate the walls of ECOPANEL, room temperature is kept the same and allows the room to always be cool. Acoustic comfort. Sound is not able to penetrate through ECOPANEL walls, and therefore it serves as sound barrier against noise pollution. Resistance to aging. ECOPANEL is very durable, and because of its rigid nature, its lifespan is very, very long. Areas of usage. Schools, motels, hotels, office-style, condominiums, apartments, warehouses, malls, real estate, church, swimming pool. ECOPANEL can be used in single-story or multi-story facilities. Curtain walls, sound barrier walls, load-bearing walls and non-load-bearing walls, retaining walls and roofs. Comparative analysis of a story building between ECOPANEL and conventional or traditional way of building. Substructure. The cost of building a substructure in a conventional way is very high as compared to ECOPANEL, which is very low. Walling. It's low to build with the conventional way, but with ECOPANEL, even though the initial cost is high, it becomes lower in the long run. Columns. With a traditional way of building, you will need columns, which makes you incur cost on iron rods, formwork, and concrete. But with ECOPANEL, you spend less money on iron rods, no money on formwork, and less money on concrete. Beams. With a traditional way of building, you spend a lot of money on iron rods, formwork, and concrete. But with ECOPANEL, you spend less money on iron rods, no money on formwork, and less money on concrete. Roofing. The cost incurred on roofing both the traditional and ECOPANEL are just about the same. Why build using ECOPANEL technology instead of conventional system? Energy savings up to 60%. Heat and noise insulator. 4 times faster. Less environmental impact. Less project duration. Lower labor rate on site. Lower total construction cost. Design flexibility. Lightweight, better site condition, fewer skilled labor. Currently, we are at our site where I'm going to walk you through how ECOPANELs, which are prefabricated in the factories, we bring them to the site to assemble to give a strong and durable house. As you can see, this is the polystyrene core, which is sandwiched between 2 wire mesh, both on the inside and the outside. And then we also have the connectors, which is pierced through the polystyrene core and hook mesh to make it very strong. Now, after the foundation is done, we have the dowels that is drilled into the foundation and binded to the wire mesh of the panel. We also have the L shape and the U shape wire mesh. The L shape, which comes at the edges, supports or binds 2 panels together, and that reinforces the whole building against any form of crack or any form of hard knocks. Now, we all know the weakest link to a building is the door, the windows. ECOPANEL buildings, we have the splices at the edges, and this gives it enough strength against cracks of your building. This is U-shaped wire mesh, and these are fixed around the openings, and this reinforces the building, which makes it very strong once it's fixed on any ECOPANEL building. Now, with ECOPANEL, it's very easy to do your piping and switches and all other form of utilities. Talk about air conditioning, switches, and any form of utility that you want to do. You don't need to do serious cutting or hard knocks on your walls, and that makes your work very neat and easy. Okay. Plumbing works and all form of utilities can easily be done with ECOPANEL. This is shotcreting, where micro concrete is sprayed onto the panels to make it rigid to receive final plastering. This is a plastered ECOPANEL building, very smooth. The final stages of completing a beautiful ECOPANEL building, and this is how it looks in the final stages. Aha! I told you, this is a building, beautiful 4-bedroom building built with ECOPANEL. It's an exciting building, very strong, durable, and like I told you, you can never go wrong with ECOPANEL. You love every bit of this building. This is the future of real estate. ECOPANEL is the future of real estate. ECOPANEL is the real estate game changer. Well, I told you, ECOPANEL is the real game changer in the real estate industry. Now, if you are interested in ECOPANEL, why don't you call us, CROWNHILL Properties, and we will make it happen to you. So until you take us to your land and we use ECOPANEL to build you a strong, beautiful house on your new land, I say to you,
you want a house to rent? Real estate.